I just want to say before we even start this that I am so happy that Sonic Fox he stayed true to his word. He said for the weeks building up to Celtic Throwdown, he's like, I'm playing Devora at Celtic Throwdown. And he is in winners finals. And he has been pretty unchallenged, I would say, is a generous way of putting it, through to this winners finals, right? He is, I mean, when you've even got Honeybee, who is like pretty much like the guy in the community most known for Devora. When even Honeybee is on Twitter saying, don't worry, guys, I'm taking notes, don't worry. I feel like that really is a sign to how much of a unique take Sonic Fox has on this character. Not only with just Devora, but he's still playing Buzzed. Everyone has moved to Arachnophobia, which got a lot of buffs, but Buzzed. Sonic Fox is a believer in it for the mix-up game, the set play, the general setups. Very, very scary stuff, and looking forward to seeing how he does in this winners finals, because Rewind has just been the momentum king this entire tournament without UK.
One of the huge things that Rewind has, I think, what has helped him is this patch, and it's not for character reasons, it's not for balance reasons, it's the fact that it's much easier to jail highs now, and that is always...
You say much easier, you mean possible now?
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. Like, Rewind is a player that is heavily focused on taking those guaranteed situations.
He hit confirms pokes like a champ.
He does, and he was very, very vocal before the change happened that, hey, I really wish this was a thing, because I feel like it would just help the game, it would help me out a lot. Lo and behold, it has.
A very quick explanation. What we mean by jailing is, previously, if your opponent, if they got hit by a little, a crouching down one, little crouching jab, if they got hit by it, they would be able to crouch your next high. Even if the frame advantage would say they had to block it, it would miss. Now, if you hit a low poke, you can force them to block a standing button if it's the right advantage. And that is so good for Rewind.
But here we go. Looks like we're going into winners finals here at Celtic Throwdown 2019. Rewind versus Sonic Fox. These guys have such a legacy together. Let's not even forget the World Finals for Injustice 2. Where these guys just seem to be clashing at the later end of tournaments all over the shop. And the pressure immediately with Buzz. The one thing is that Liu Kang is going to out-damage her and then some. So Fox needs to make sure he lays those mix-ups on constantly. Because if you give Liu Kang room to take anything that resembles a turn, he will just melt your life bar.
I do wonder how Sonic Fox is going to play around that, though. Rewind, you have to remember, Sonic Fox is #1 on the points leaderboard by a considerable margin. Rewind, he is 9th place, I believe, right now. I mean, probably guaranteed much higher than that now, thanks to his minimum top 3. But the more points he can get now, the more he can rest easy in the rest of the season. But he's going to take the first round. Sonic Fox back to the wall. And the flawless block. Rewind is ready instantly.
The first time Sonic Fox did that 1-2-1, he immediately flawless blocked it. I mean, that's actually one of the trickier strings to flawless block as well, because you have to make the read. She can overposit her, she can amplify it to be safe. I mean, going back to the jailing we talked about, where she can lay that pressure on constantly. But the duck into Brave down 2. No defensive bar for Sonic Fox either. This is just going to chunk down. And now we're in crushing blow territory. Sonic Fox looking to be a little bit in trouble, but he's starting to get some momentum back here with Devora. I love the range, but Rewind, I mean, it is a game of damage so far, and Rewind's just been doing more of it. Looking for the fatal blow.
Oh, there it
is! So clutch from Sonic Fox. He saw a button and he at the fastest speed, man.
I love the way they're playing around the matchup, though, because Devora, she doesn't have a very fast mid, which means that you do get away with a lot of pokes that you normally wouldn't, a lot of crouches. And Devora's best way of dealing with that is to go for poke into the ovipositor stab, the constant stabs. But Sonic Fox is still playing around it really well. Rewind committing to these big decisions, and it's paying off. Every time Sonic Fox is safe, but a little bit minus, he's guaranteeing that forward four, which is that super fast button.
And here's the mix, the constant mix, the amplify,
what are they
guaranteeing
doing?
the bugs.
They went a full circle before they exploded. I've never seen them do that before.
Like NASCAR. All right, the jailing again. Rewind is trying to make one of those hard reads.
Oh my goodness.
Finally getting
Where did his health go? Where did his health go? I feel like it's been like 10 seconds. And it's just constant hit, non-stop. And Sonic Fox with a very, very dominant last round in that game.
But that's Buzzed. So, some of us doubted, I mean, myself included, but I was willing to obviously have Fox change my mind. He's done a perfect job of it. But Buzzed, does not do a lot of damage in combos, right? However, the mix that Fox has invented is so strong.
Constant chip, constant little bits.
It's never ending. The damage is constant, and you actually have your life bar melted than most characters will, because she is, in many ways, somewhat of a set play character. She is the closest thing we'll get to a set play character in this game, and another confirm, and this is what we're talking about, right? You would think no damage, rewind, he's already lost over half his life.
But it's resource management. It's Fox keeping one eye on his offensive bar at all times. Every hit is being capitalized. If he's got bar, it's a launch into bug. If he doesn't, it's overpositor for the standing advantage. Like, it's just absolute awareness of his resources and how to use them, specifically with his character, which you have to do. Okay, big hit from Rewind. Here's a chance. One hit away from taking the round. Spends both bars. Wants that crushing blow, and he is going to go into the next life bar. Very close to that crushing blow. That all-important bicycle kick.
Fox was just looking at the risk assessment there, right? If he got the crushing blow down 2 or some kind of big crouch, he would have got fatal blow. It would have been unbreakable. It would have been the round win. It was just seesaw effect.
That micro crouch from
So
Rewind. Big decision. Big payout. Taps crouch, doesn't hold, just wants to go under instantly. What an anti-air!
I have never seen that anti-air in my life. And the dash under as well, trip guard. 1, 2, 3, easy punish.
Yep, I love that choice from Rewind because it was instant. Sonic Fox had like no time to realize that he could break away. That was so smart from Rewind. Good throw tech. And again, Sonic Fox back to the wall, literally and figuratively. Doesn't let him stop from making those big crouches.
Has to amplify this to be safe, otherwise it's game over. But he's still in chip territory. Last breath is not going to save you now with no bar. And that is, I guess, the one thing we would call a weakness of this variation is it is so resource intensive that
with no bar, it doesn't do damage, right? It hasn't got the chance to launch you. You can't make yourself safe with the other positors. But Snow Fox is playing around that beyond just whether that's safe with the bar or not, right? Staggering buttons, the threat.
Yeah, back here, Bug Lady. And the jump. He's trying so hard to go for it. Looks like an anti-cross up either down 2 or down forward 2. That either or land massive damage, but Rewind is picking his jumps at such awkward angles that we'll say it, foolproof anti-air isn't actually having a chance to work because it's just at funny angles all the time. Rewind running away with this next round, just like that.
And there's the crowd. Rewind, he has the knowledge. Gonna spend his last bar. This is almost a guaranteed round, I would say, for Rewind. Sonic Fox has to make something magical happen, but will not be able to. The last breath is plowed through by the advancing, multi-hitting strings of Liu Kang. Rewind with so much knowledge.
Okay, now he's trying to go for the staggers, but Rewind, wise to it. He got a flawless block on the 1-2-1 so early, I think he's like already established the threat and the respect.
Well, the thing is about the plus frames open Devora, she's +1 after the 1-2-1, but her fastest poke is like 8 frames. The fastest in this game is 6, and Liu Kang is going to chew that up, so it's not actually going to help him too much in the matchup anyway.
Punish! Trying to avoid the gap, and now more pressure.
And that really is where Sonic Fox can just do the craziest stuff, where he gets a, you know, the setup, the bug on screen, that one right there, that just shoots out the little ones. That is the absolute core of Sonic Fox's offensive game. But if you can't get the bug out, I mean, it's not useful to you, right? And Rewind is just not giving him the chance to squeeze out the bug.
The moment he did, the round went exceptionally differently, but another whip punish. Rewind's just knowledge, and the two of these players, they play the game at such a fast pace. It's crazy, really. And now there's the repositioning.
But to even keep up with them is difficult.
Rare footage of Devora's jump 1 actually being anti-aired.
Oh, there's a whiff punish, crushing blow, instant damage payout. Sonic Fox not down out of this one just yet. This was looking all Rewind, but Sonic Fox has a thing or two, and look at that, and the exact same thing again.
Looking for the same thing. Rewind, hesitant on the anti-air. Looking to potentially interrupt, but there's the overpositors once more. Would have been safe, but no need because it hit anyway. Keeping the plus frames. And the regular overpositors, that's double digit! Oh my god, the fatal blow from out of nowhere. Rewind! What a choice!
That was such an intelligent time to do that as well, because the bug was behind him. It looked like the bug was going to force him to block, and you could tell Sonic Fox, he'd committed to a button. He wanted... The denial of the fatality.
You know, Fox gets really... You know, boo this man. You know he gets really annoyed when people do that to him.
That's why, because he knows it's like...
Two wrongs don't make a right, Sonic Fox.
But like I was saying, he knew that Sonic Fox was going to go in with the bug, and Rewind, using that armored fatal blow, mastered. And there's a punish. There's an unsafe overhead.
We go on to that risk reward. That's why Fox only does it when it's safe, and that was a wonderful little whip punish. Set up once once more. And I mean, the trade's kind of in his favor, similar to the up Wrath Hammer that Shao Kahn has. Just down 2 and you'll do more damage than you actually take.
Exactly, right there. It's the same thing again. Sonic Fox still has the life lead at least, so he can afford to do that.
Oh!
Wow.
You so rarely see Liu Kang's up 2 as well.
How many comebacks have we seen Rewind do this tournament? I feel like no life lead is
counterpoint!
safe! Oh, spoke too soon. The commentator's curse.
Absolute madman. Rewind just knows when to pop the fatal blow today.
Is that
Something in Island's
Yes,
War,
it
I
is.
think. Match point for Rewind. If he gets Grand Finals winner's side, I mean, that is a crazy, crazy comeback.
I mean, Sonic Fox is the current Evo champ, right? He's taken out a world champion.
One
in the
Evo
process.
champ to another. Rewind with Injustice 2, Sonic Fox and MK11. These are 2 of the best players in the business, and this is just momentum. Momentum through and through. What can Fox do? He's lost so much life and his back's to the wall. He gets the anti-S stuffed as well. It's going from bad to worse. Sonic Fox is in trouble.
Tries to find this moment. No! Amplify on the Overpositor and Rewind with the clutch punish. Will be advancing to grand finals on the winner's side, taking out the Evo champ himself in the process. What a performance! And it's not done yet. But what a statement to make. Coming into this, Rewind, not amazing results early on in the season, but really beginning to get more comfortable. Of course, Liu Kang has been his character since the patch, and that has been, again, it's not the buffs to particular characters that have helped him out. It was the mechanical change. He has always, ever since any of the NetherRealm games that he could do it, if he hits those pokes and he can guarantee a good standing button after it, that is so crucial to the way he plays. The second that becomes something he can do, now he is doing a lot better in tournament, right? It is no mistake that has definitely given him, I think, the confidence as well to be able to play around the way he wants to play now. And grand finals